Hello guys, so here's what happened. I already recorded a pick a card reading, but it turned out that my microphone was not recording. So I was contemplating, should I do another one? Should I re-record it and just, try to go over the meanings? But I kind of felt it would be better to just make a new one, new cards, new luck. So it was meant to be that way apparently. Anyways, this reading is about where are you right now in your love life, in your love journey, whatever you want to call it. Just pick a card, whichever symbol you feel drawn to. We have a black stone with a draw on one of the chakras, but I don't remember which one it was, sorry. I also don't remember this crystal's name, but it's very beautiful, and it's like a cut in half stone. Amethyst and a shell. Anyways, you can pause the video if you need more time to choose, and I'm just starting. So we're gonna start. Yeah, this is pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am starting with pile number 1, the unknown chakra stone. Yeah. Okay, let's see what you guys going through in your love life. Wow, you got 2 chakras. How cool is that? Maybe one of the chakras. Okay, I'm gonna Google this right now and see which chakra it is, because you guys had your pile has 2 chakras, and that's throat chakra and solar plexus chakra. Yeah, so it will be pretty cool, and maybe there's some meaning behind the fact that you chose a stone with a chakra drone symbol on it. From what I'm seeing, this is the Anahata, which is the heart chakra. So that's cool. That could be significant for you. You could be working on your chakras, and it just could be something in significance for you. Wow! Look at you, pile number 1. What a great start. Okay, so a focus is being brought on those 2 chakras that have to do with communication. Throat chakra is about communication and speaking our truth, and it's also about the lies we tell ourselves, or the truths we tell ourselves, and hence the world. And the solar plexus, from what I know, okay, I'm not a chakra expert, but from what I know, the solar plexus deals with willpower, independence, self-discipline, forming your personal opinions and beliefs, making decisions, also clarity, mental abilities, intellect, and so on. So those might be things that it could be like saying, pay attention to those chakras. Sorry, I keep getting distracted and interrupted. Anyways, it could be saying pay attention to those chakras. They could be imbalanced, or they could be, overactive or underactive. But anyway, so let's dive into the other cards and see how this ties in. So here, to me, it shows me that you've sort of completed a huge karmic cycle in your life. There's been a huge completion in your life. It could show like an ending of a relationship, but it could be also entirely tied up to you. It could be end of a thought pattern or a certain toxic belief, something that you've told yourself and it's just not working anymore, and it's what's possibly keeping you miserable in your love life, or just unhappy. And I kind of felt drawn to read what this means. because I'm using, this is the vice versa deck, and they have amazing interpretations, and they're a bit more different than the usual tarot. So here what it says. White hot sun blazes down upon an arid sea. The unrelieved desert stretches far into the distance. A cloaked man faces towards the empty landscape, his scarlet cloak flowing over the ground. Two leafing wands stand to either side of him, and in his right hand he holds a wand that glows with the fiery symbols. In his left hand he floats an elemental orb. This man is waiting for something to arrive, and he feels well prepared to meet it. It may be another person, ooh, an offer of some sort, an adventure. Whatever it is still some distance away but steadily coming closer. Whatever you're expecting or anticipating, are you ready to receive it? What needs to be taken care of to prepare yourself, your environment, and your existing enterprises? Okay, here's what I'm getting right away. Because you have the Three of Wands, the World, and Eight of Wands, and Two of Wands. Like, all of these cards speak to me very clearly of relocation, of foreign travels, or settling somewhere else. So, like, your person very well could be someone like who's a distance away from you, and you could be like struggling with that. You know, how are we gonna be together? We live far away, in different countries or continents, and I feel like this is all being taken care of. The surprise card. If this is a truly divine connection, just know that spirit and the universe won't let this go to shit. It will take care of it somehow, and it will help both of you to find a middle ground and be together. If that does not resonate with you, it's more like coming into a state of peace and knowing what you want and knowing what you can have. And maybe this cycle that has ended has to do with, I mean, it doesn't matter what it deals with. To be honest, the most important thing is it's over and a new cycle is beginning. You might not feel it because the transition is usually pretty smooth most of the times, but whatever you're waiting for, I feel that you're ready. I really, or if you're not, maybe those are the chakras you need to work on. Heart chakra, solar plexus, and throat chakra, you know? Be honest. What do you want? Like, speak your truth. What do you want? What do you want in a partnership? How do you envision your perfect relationship? Maybe before that, before you're ready to step into a relationship, maybe you need to kind of like, you know, work on the opening your heart chakra to let people in, working on your self-discipline and your own personal empowerment to know where you stand so that you don't get manipulated again or just pushed around or in an unclear situation, you know, when it's complicated. So I feel like there's definitely something coming your way. Like, I feel this so strongly because, like, look, you have the Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands. I feel like deep down you know something's coming, and this card is supporting it so much. Like, you have surprise. So I'm not gonna go in it deeper because I don't want to ruin the surprise and I don't want to look too deep into it. But your cards are fucking amazing, and something is definitely coming your way. Just you know what? Be surprised. Just expect a surprise, or don't expect it so that you can be surprised. I'm ending this reading. It's just too awesome. There's nothing else to say. Like, keep doing you guys, and just live your life and let yourself be surprised. You know, it's a great reading. I don't know what else to say. It's perfect. Okay, moving to pile number 2 with this weird crystal that I don't know its name, but it's so beautiful. Look how shiny it is. It looks like salt. Anyways, okay. Oh, yeah, that similar energy came into the reading that I could not record, and you guys got 2 of those cards, so feel lucky. Oh man, what happened? Okay, well, you're the pal that got the lovers, but um, very interesting energy. I feel like whatever is happening in your love life, you acquired a lot of awareness and knowledge about it. You've been like realizing stuff and just kind of like realizing your own power, healing wounds, bringing the subconscious into the conscious, and sort of becoming the master of your own destiny, of your own self. Um, and I feel like this has been a bit of a tough process because you have emotional withdrawal, which means that whatever situation you've been in has challenged you to come to this state, but it's been just emotionally draining to the point where you had to maybe step aside and just sort of like shut in yourself to, look deeper and just heal whatever is not okay emotionally. um you have the lovers in this side. It's like the dark side and six of wands there, so there's two sixes. Six usually speaks of balance, but in this case I sort of feel like the balance has been lost. And I want to read again on this side of six of wands and what it says. um okay, here it is. Thick black smoke rises in the distance, perhaps from the battlefield or from burning homes that have been pillaged in the war. The people hailing the victorious knight are his loyal foot soldiers. While he rides unscathed, high upon his warhorse, his men are bloodstained, for they have done the actual fighting. Their battle staves are metal-tipped wood, as we saw in the Five of Wands card. Never mind. While the knight's staff is gold and purely ornamented. Well, yeah, his staff, this knight's staff is gold. In the flush of victory, people tend to overlook what roles were really played in the endeavor. Mutual congratulation glosses over inequality of effort. Over time, resentment may come to the surface of recognition, if recognition isn't given to those who deserve it. Sorry, I can't read today. Financial rewards help, but over the long term, everyone needs to feel valued of their contribution to the success of the endeavor. So I kind of feel there's some sort of like ego battles and ego struggles here. Like someone is trying to determine who did the work or who put more effort into some sort of connection or relationship, and or maybe you feel that your efforts and your efforts to keep sort of connection are not being recognized. This very well might deal with one of those people who are on the twin flame journey or path, and it's like you could be feeling drained. This theme kind of, as I said, also came up in the reading that did not record audio sound. Um, but there's this kind of feeling like, I've been doing all this work and I'm seeing no effort, or this person is not appreciating me, or the effort that I put to keep this connection up, or like there's this general feeling of feeling unappreciated. Like you've done all this work and you've not seen any results, or you haven't seen any results basically. It may be the other person is still sort of like withdrawn, stuck in fear, stuck in their head, in anxiety, not willing to open up, and that's sort of maybe you've been the one kind of like pushing and trying to heal stuff, but you've been coming to the realization that this is really not working out, and it's time for you to sort of like withdraw emotionally from this situation and this person and focus more on yourself, focus more on like bringing up your awareness and expanding it so that you can understand better why this is happening, and so that you can know better how to fix the situation. Because, you know, Einstein said that, what was it? It's madness. Madness is when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And I've seen that happening a lot with the people from the twin flame community. So maybe it's time for you to sort of step up and, you know, withdraw, work on yourself, try to expand so that you can um, just see another way out, or another way out to deal with this situation. Um, this could also be you, where you've sort of like, because to be honest, this energy is very egoic. This is very selfish energy of like, I've been doing all this work and I'm not getting any sort of recognition, you know? So this could very well be entirely in your head, where you're like, it's happening because you're not seeing the results you want. So you're kind of like, you know, getting stuck in fears, or like, I can't move, I'm bound to this, you know, I can't escape, it's torture, it's nightmare, I hate it, I don't want to be here anymore. And you're sort of like closing yourself off to opportunities, which is not always bad, because sometimes in order to have our focus where our focus is meant to be, we need to sort of like shut out the rest of the world so that we can have this concentrated focus at one place. Either way, okay, I wanna read this side of the card too, because this deck has a very different meanings from the original tarot meanings, and I just really want to respect the creators and, you know, just use their meanings and respect them, because I really like them. Okay, let me read it out. Twilight descends upon the lovers, who gaze out upon a peaceful green landscape. They appear ready to step forward into their life together. He bears the alchemical symbol for fire on his back, and she has the symbol of water. When united by Mercury, they form the hexagram and that shines in the heavens, the alchemical marriage. This here. The energy is much cooler here than on the other side, and more balanced. The lovers are alone now. The archangel is gone. This is how it's on the other side. There is a sense of calm rather than urgency. It should soon be easier in a sense of calm rather than... Okay, I'm sorry. It should soon be easier to see where you're going and how you will get there together. Consider how your elemental qualities complement those of your significant other, where they create explosion and where they come together in perfect union. Okay. If you're dealing with someone specific, right now there's some sort of turbulence going on in your connection, and maybe, you know, as I say, you need to withdraw, focus on yourself. And maybe right now it's not the time for you to figure something out, because I kind of feel you could be one of those very anxious people who are like, I want to know now. If something is unclear, I don't feel calm. I need to know the answer. I need to know where we're going. I need to know, blah, blah, blah. You know, very, very anxious energy, very, very restless. So if you keep up this energy, it leads to nothing good. It leads to a lot of destruction, a lot of how to say it, like decisions made too fast, which may not be good for you or for the other person or for the outcome that you desire. Maybe now is really, again, I really do feel that it's time for you to withdraw emotionally and just let go. Let go for a moment. Just let go for some time of this person, of the situation. Focus on yourself. Let go of needing to know right now what's gonna happen, or is it gonna happen, you know? Just try to come into peace, because you guys, as I said, you got two cards, and the other card is saying few months, which means it might take a few months for this situation to unfold or for you to receive an answer, which is why they're telling you it's pointless right now to try to push it, because you're not getting anywhere. You know, there's a time that needs to pass for certain things that need to happen. until you can reach a certain point. And sometimes you cannot speed up the process, so the best thing you can do for yourself is just focus somewhere else and just relax. Try not to make things worse than they already are, you know, because many times I feel like spirit is trying to help us, but sorry, that's the tram. Spirit is trying to help us, but when we're not being relaxed and peaceful, we're just trying to push it and push it and push it and push it, and instead of helping them to help us, we're starting to self-sabotage, you know? So there's a bit of a warning here. Try not to self-sabotage yourself. What's meant to be will be. You can't really ruin it, but you can really extend the period before it happens, you know? Okay, so that's it. I hope it helped and I hope it resonated. Tell me your stories in the comments section below. And we're moving on to pile number 3. Okay, let me have some water. That card came in the previous reading. Oh man. Soon. Wow. Okay. I feel like someone cut someone out here. Because we have the Queen of Swords and a broken heart, which is the Three of Swords. This is a very complicated pile. Very complicated energy. So something happened. I'm guessing this is you, the broken-hearted one. Like, it could be someone else, of course. Apply it as it is. But I'm gonna address it to you. Okay, I'm kind of feeling a few scenarios. One of them is, I feel like some of you had to let go of someone that you really didn't want to, but you were sort of pressured to do so, whether of external circumstances, or maybe there's distance between you, but it feels like a forceful cutting out someone. It feels like you or the other person did not really want to do it, but somehow they had to. And when I mean they had to, does not mean that they truly had to, but somewhere, somehow in their head, they convinced themselves that they had to let you go, or that you convinced yourself that you had to let someone go, because, you know, maybe trying to control too much things like, oh, this cannot work, or I don't know how it's gonna work, so, you know, it's better to just let it go. And, you know, yeah, just let it go. The Empress here speaks of unconditional love, so whoever this person is, there is unconditional love between you two. For sure. And this is the Judgment card. Wow. Let's see what the Judgment card says on this side. We see now that the 3 people have been called forth from their graves by the shofar's cry. As he comes forward to be judged, the man holds a skull to show that he understands the sorry, can't read today. Transitionary nature of the flesh. The woman holds the golden egg of Isis, which contains the universe and thus acknowledges her own primal creative power. The child's hands are empty, for he has nothing to prove. His consciousness is clear and his innocence intact. This made me shiver for some reason. Above them flies the falcon of fire, Horus, god of the rising sun. Consider this. What would you bring before the angel of judgment? What might represent your understanding of your life so far? What would you offer as you move forward to the next phase? What is needed to let you be as lighthearted and innocent as a child reborn? Wow. Oh my god, I'm getting so many goosebumps and I don't even know why. Okay, guys, whatever you went through something really painful and heartbreaking. That's the truth. But I feel there is a promise of new beginning here. And I feel like you're still in the process of letting go and letting things die. And healing and, you know, looking back and judging the situation. Like, what went wrong? What went right? Where did I do wrong? Where did I do right? You know? I feel like almost like, I don't know. This is a very heavy pile. I almost feel like you're being tested right now because there's something major coming in your life. And it's like the universe's way of testing you to see if you're really ready to receive it. Because oftentimes what happens is we really want something, but we're not truly ready to receive it. And when we get it, we ruin it. Like, imagine you've been wanting to meet your soulmate for so long, or your twin flame, but you want it, and just wanting it so much, you don't really realize that you're not really ready to receive it. You don't realize this. And what happens is the universe is like, okay, careful what you wish for, you know, and they give you this person, and shit just goes down. You end up hurting each other and just burdening the relationship so much because you were not ready to receive each other. And then it follows a long period of healing, before this can happen again with the same person or with someone else. And I feel like right now, again, you're being tested to see if the thing that's coming your way, you can receive it actually this time without fucking it up, maybe. But it's a process and a moment for healing and forgiving yourself and the other person for everything that went wrong. It's also about really standing your ground in the sense of, like, don't let someone else dictate your life. Or, you know, let's say the most often scenario seen, she wants to commit, he doesn't want to commit, but he says he loves her, but he does not want to commit. And what you do is sort of break your principles and your desires and wants of commitment just because you love this very person, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go with the flow. But the truth is, I'm not saying that this is wrong or anything, but there's two scenarios here, two choices. Either you really become comfortable in this non-defined relationship where you feel happy and you just, you know, you feel content, you're fine, or you're doing it just to keep the other person in your life and you end up being miserable. And this ends up failing because issues start coming up, you know? So try to gain clarity what you want and what you don't want. And, you know, maybe this has to do with you having to cut someone toxic from your life, you know, a person that does not want to commit. And you're like, you know, I've learned this lesson before, and as much as I like this person, I want commitment, and I'm just not willing to settle down for less. You know, I'm getting this scenario as well where you just need to, like, you know, you like someone a lot, but then you're like, you know, if this person loves me, they will commit. But I feel like you're being guarded and you just don't want to end up where you used to be, you know, being heartbroken again, being left out in the cold. I feel like you're just setting a lot of boundaries and rules, like, hey, you know what, you tell me you love me, you tell me you want to be with me, then why are you not committing? You know, if you don't want to, then I'm just gonna move on from you, and that's it. But I'm sort of getting this feeling that it's mostly you rather than someone else who had to make the decision to probably move away and charge forward, because this combination is a very determined one. We have the Queen of Swords and the Chariot. The Chariot knows where it's going. It has a direction. And the Queen of Swords is just cutting all the bullshit out so that no one can stop her chariot from moving and no one can stop her from reaching the destination that she wants to reach, you know? And your Oracle card says soon, which means soon you will get some sort of clarity on this situation. Soon there will be more movement, or things will start unfolding somehow. I hope this resonated, you guys. Good luck. And the last pile, number 4. A lot of the cards are repeating, which is pretty cool. From the first reading that I did not record audio. Whoa. Oh, you got 3 cards. Lucky you guys. How cool is that? Okay, that card came up too. So, what's happening here? Let's see. Well, some shit went down. Let's start from there. Shit went down. You found something out. This is the 7 of Swords. The scenarios are a lot, but basically you found something out. You found a certain truth, something that's being hidden from you. Someone's being hiding something from you. Someone's being dishonest. It does not necessarily mean cheating, but in general, this is something that already happened. I don't feel it's about to happen. It's something that already happened. And this is one of the scenarios. If you're dealing with someone specific, something came to light and it sort of like shattered your world, but then again I feel like you've been kind of expecting it, so it wasn't exactly a surprise. It was more like an expected surprise. You know, you've been expecting something, but you've been kind of hoping that you're wrong and this won't happen, or that you're just being paranoid, but you ended up being right in a certain situation. And you know, it's not a pleasant surprise, so to say, but a necessarily one, because the truth is the most important thing that a person needs to move forward and to progress. And also, this is one of the scenarios. The other scenario is that you've been avoiding something for way too long. You've been just kind of like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this, and I'm not dealing with it. This could be you or someone else's energy, but this is an energy of avoidance until you cannot avoid it anymore, until like universe and destiny just kind of like grabs you by the neck and just forcefully pushes you to deal and look at a certain situation and deal with it. You know, that's when destiny steps in. And I've always said that, like, you're given a choice, you're given many choices, free will. You know, are you gonna look at this? This is a problem in your life. Do you want to resolve this? And, you know, when you deny all of the 10 choices that life is giving you, there is a certain point where if this thing is really important, you just, you won't be able to ignore it anymore. You will be just put into, like, a situation that you won't be able to escape. So I feel like this is what's been going on for you guys. Fun energies. And here we have rest and rejuvenate and material and spiritual prosperity. I feel like even though this has been possibly not a very pleasant truth, or not a very pleasant, you know, just tower moment or surprise, I feel like you have been finding this very beneficial, actually. I almost feel like breaking off chains, or like a burden being released from your shoulders, and it's sort of this feeling of, I can breathe again. I can breathe again. It's over, you know? Where you're sort of like focusing on yourselves, and just resting and chilling, and just a lot of me time, you know? A lot of staying home, watching movies, and just relaxing. Not even thinking about the situation or what happened. It's just sort of relaxing and I feel like this is bringing you so much balance in your life, in your, you know, spiritually you're balancing your emotions, but also your material world is getting balanced. Like, you know, you're just taking care of your body, you're just having enough time to focus on your work. You're just, I feel a lot peace. Even though this might not be the most pleasant situation, I feel like you're in peace and you're like, you know what, I got this. I got this. And here, yeah, okay, I feel like this is a time for right, wait a minute. I was gonna say it's a time for pause for you, but then I saw this card now and I was like, is it though? Okay. This is one of the scenarios, as I said. For some of you, it's the time right now to pause and be like, okay, I need to focus on myself. I have this new project going on. I have this new thing going on in my life. I need to focus on it, and I'm drained and I cannot focus on my love life or my love situation right now. I know there's a choice I need to make, but I'm not gonna make it right now. You know, first I'm gonna rest, I'm gonna balance myself, and then I'm gonna make this decision. For others of you, this is the advice. If you're trying to avoid something really hard to the point where you're resisting, it means that you can't do it. You can't do it. You'll be forced to look at it. Now, right now, you're right now being forced to look at it because I'm bringing it up. So apply this as it resonates. But for some, this is going to be the case. If you're trying too much to avoid something and get away with something and escape a certain situation or a lesson where you maybe don't want to take responsibility for it, or for your actions, it's just not going to work well. It's not going to work well, you know. But you will know best. This is the advice. This is the advice for all scenarios. Just rest, focus on you, focus on regaining your balance and material and spiritual and emotional balance. And when you're ready, this card will fall out. You'll be able to make a decision with clarity. But until then, it's all about you. It's all about the pentacles. It's all about the material world. Right now, it's not the time to really focus on your emotional world. Just like focus on your body, and as you do so, the rest will balance itself. You know, you don't need to focus there, because I feel like if you do focus right now there, it will probably cause more turmoil than anything else. And if you had a certain question in mind, the answer is now. A lot of the time, I feel this card is pressuring people to act right now and stop procrastinating about something, and just act right now. And pile number 4, that was your reading. I hope it resonated and helped. You can always write in the comments what your situation is and how it resonated. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. My details are in the box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.